The formal introduction with the pictures first. You can sit right here. That'll be your seat. Here, should we clear these out real quick? Move that chair and I'll take some of these pictures for you. Just all over. All right, I'll let you hold it. See right there.
Zach, you go ahead and start things off.
Yep. So hey, today we exercised Jonah Williams' fifth-year option. Excited about his future with us. So excited to do that. He was excited for that news. So he'll be a big part of what we continue to do. And with that being said, today's about Dax. So we're really excited to add Dax. Dax has been a tremendous player for a long time. Like I mentioned last night, great player coming out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and has been at Michigan the last 3 years, made a tremendous impact on one of the best defenses in all college football. Played a lot of different roles for them. Everyone in that building speaks very highly of Dax, and not only the play style, the intangibles, the stuff on the field, off the field, and as you guys know, that's exactly the type of traits that we look for in our players. And so he embodies, everything we've searched to be about. That's what Dax embodies, and so we're really excited that he was where he was at last night in the draft. We were able to get him at 31, add him to the mix here, and he's going to be a great weapon for us for a long time. So, with that being said, I'll turn it over for questions for Dax, and I'll jump out of here.
Dax, let me ask you, at what point did you realize that the possibility of becoming that first round pick was right in front of you?
I mean, I really didn't have a feeling really. I was just, going into that night, um, just being there with my family, praying that everything, would, be, around the first round. So, not really having, that's my expectation, be a first rounder. But going in, I was just, going throughout the night and just enjoying it with my family. So that's all that was yesterday.
Speaking of family, how big a help is it to have an older brother that played collegiately at Oklahoma State and then in the NFL at Baltimore that you could lean on as you try to get yourself ready for the next level?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely been, a big supporter in my corner, especially during these times right now. So, really just relying on him, not really just trying to figure it out myself. So, he's definitely been a big part of this process for me. So, definitely having him and him going through the same process kind of been beneficial for me. And then, going forward, I kind of know what to expect as well.
Sure is a first round pick. You're happy wherever you go, but to be coming to a team that's coming off a run to the Super Bowl and has this thing set up now here for the next couple of years to be really successful, how important is that to you to be joining an organization that's on the uptick?
Yeah, really. I mean, today really just knowing more about the history is kind of like a byproduct of what you guys, of what we've kind of done throughout, last year. And so, really just the success of the team, really just excited to be a part of that. And, me coming here, really excited for the opportunity and seeing if I can, expound on that and, hopefully make another run to the Super Bowl.
What was the best advice your brother gave to you about the NFL?
Really, just take a day at a time. It's gonna be a long time. You're gonna hit the rookie wall. That's that term everyone talks about. So, don't want to sound cliches, but it's gonna be a long season. So, really, just taking it a day at a time, and really just trying to be involved, more involved in the team. As time goes on.
Do you feel like your biggest strength is as a player?
Uh, I mean, my versatility. I know I don't want to limit myself for sure. I know I don't want to spread myself so thin, and so I know I can play a lot of different roles, and so I feel like that's one of my biggest assets.
Besides family, who would you give credit to, that helped mentor you to be the guy you are today? And here you are in the National Football League. Is there any coach or anybody else other than a family member?
Yeah, a lot of my basketball. One of my basketball coaches actually came to support me yesterday. So my basketball coach that's kind of been there from day one, and then one of my coaches, football coaches that kind of was there day one as well. Since elementary school. So I give credit to the people that kind of invested in me outside of family, and so and then close friends. So it's been a whole plethora of people that's been in my corner these last few years and throughout my whole life. So for sure.
Who are your favorite defensive backs to watch just around the league?
Really, Jamal Adams, Tyrann Mathieu, Jalen Ramsey's, guys like that.
I asked you yesterday about, other than versatility, what you feel like your biggest asset, your biggest strength is. You said your heart. I thought that was an interesting answer. Expound on that a little bit.
Really, I don't want to be, like I said, selfish. I feel like once someone is selfish, I feel like the team won't be as good as it needs to be. And so once I get here, I feel like that's something that's very important, very vital to the success of a team. And so I feel like we had a lot of that last year. And so I just want to do more of that, to get us on another good run for sure.
You obviously played nickel and
Mhm.
all around the field at safety. Do you think you could play outside cornerback as well?
Yeah, if I just get more teaching, more coaching, really haven't had too much coaching or too much experience out there, so definitely feel like I could play the outside role as well.
Is that something you'd want to try potentially?
Whatever the coaches want me to do, that's what I'm doing. So really, just coming in, finding that role, and you know, and being all the way in, being bought in since until day one, until whenever that last day is. So yeah, so that's what that is.
Was that ever discussed at Michigan? Did you ever say like, "Hey, coach, let's try it outside," or did they ever? Was there ever practices where you did that at all? Or
Yeah, practices like one on ones, I would be out there, but for the most part, I would be in the nickel safety position. So.
There's so much talk about SEC schools and taking prospects from SEC schools because they're ready quicker than some other prospects. With Harbaugh's experience in the NFL, did you feel like Michigan's program really set you up to be able to make an impact in the NFL right away?
Yes, I definitely feel Coach Harbaugh had me prepared, and I appreciated it. Really now in retrospect, just seeing all the hard practices we did, and it was kind of like a means to an end. I knew it was for a reason, and it was for this reason right now. So I definitely feel like he prepared me for this situation.
How'd you end up playing safety?
Really came in high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to play, and so I played receiver in high school, and they kind of threw me at safety as well. So I kind of just stuck from there after that. So that's how that started.
What's your favorite part about playing the position?
About what?
What's your favorite? What do you enjoy the most about being a defensive back?
Really just a lot of different things. You're not really you can make plays without having the ball in your hand. So that's kind of like a defensive thing where you really don't have to have a ball. Like I said, a ball in your hand to really make plays. You can really go from a call, and then from there, it's kind of based on your performance. So just the versatility that it comes with.
I'm sure you've
So,
got a lot of people reaching out to you.
mhm.
Montville or Jesse Bates get a hold of you yet?
I think like a few minutes ago, Sam Hubbard just reached out. So, and then Chris Evans. So another Michigan guy reached out to me. So a few guys.
An Ohio State guy.
Yeah, I know. I know it's some O State people around here. I didn't know too much about, but now I kind of know. But
how quick do you bring up 42-27 when you get in the locker room with them all?
oh, that's day one. That's day one. I got bragging rights for it now since I think I'm 1-1. But hey, this year was a big win for us.
What one quality were you looking forward to sharing with the team that maybe the data and the film didn't show?
Really, I'm like a personable guy. Easy guy to get along with. Cool guy to hang out, with. So, not really always being about football, but in this business, being, close with your teammates outside of football. So that's one thing I bring to the team as well.
Dax, you're only 21, but why do you think you can come into the NFL in this particular locker room and the moment not being too big for you?
Because I'm level-headed. I know I have a good character. I know I'm a good person. Really look out for the best interests of of a team, and not really, like I said, being selfish. I'm not that type of person. So I know coming to the NFL, it's all about winning and being team oriented, and I feel like that's who I am as a person.
Last night you also mentioned, you want to make sure your teammates are playing at their best level.
Right.
How do you go about doing that?
Really just not being forceful about anything, not wanting them to do specifically what I want them to do, or um, putting them out their game. Really, I just want everyone to be comfortable, doing their jobs, and I feel like that's determines the success of a team.
Who's your favorite player that you covered? You know what I mean? Who's your favorite player to cover that you covered
I really enjoyed covering everyone. Everyone had different type of games, and I felt like that kind of brought the best out of me.
Is there anyone you're looking forward to facing and guarding in the NFL?
Everyone, I know everyone's good, so I mean, week to week, every week is gonna be someone good. So I know that's something that wasn't like that in college. So in the NFL, every week is a big week for me.
Did you feel like you had a connection with the Bengals coaches when you guys met at the combine and the Zooms and all the follow-up meetings you had?
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell there was a good connection there. More genuine feel throughout um, this 2 or 3 month process. So definitely felt I could see myself playing here, and then being uh, having a great relationship with the coaches. So I definitely had good feelings, whenever they called my name.
How familiar were you with the Bengals, and did you watch the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, I did for sure. Throughout the year, I watched them periodically, but not every week. So, but yeah, toward the end of the season, definitely tuned in to that defense and then the overall team.
What's the rest of this weekend going to be like for you? Like, how does this go for a first round pick? I know you guys obviously have to be here next week, but what are the next couple weeks like?
Really just making sure I'm still training. That's what I've been doing throughout this time, making sure my body is ready for the hardships of coming in as a rookie. So staying in shape, that's my biggest thing, and really relaxing as well. I know that's something I need to do as well. I've been on a run these last few weeks, so relaxing, but as well training too.
What was the process of getting all 32 hats on the table? Can you walk us through how long that took and kind of who was in charge of getting all those?
So really, I wasn't even there for all that. That was like my mom's job, really. That was my mom's job because I was in Vegas for a PA event Monday through Wednesday, and so I had to wake up like at 5 a.m. to catch my draft party on Thursday. So my mom, whenever I got back home, she had all that prepared for me. So that was her job.
Speaking of mom, what does it mean for your mom and family when that moment finally happened last night? Talk about their joy.
Yeah, my mom, she's a outgoing person. So whenever she saw my name, she was just excited for me. Screaming. She got that Jamaican in her. Like she whenever man, whenever something exciting happens, she's always been there for me. I'm glad to experience that with my family. But yeah, for sure, my mom, she was right by my side. So yeah.
I know the Bengals were surprised that you were still available at 31.
Mm.
You expecting to go earlier, and what is it like having to wait with all the uncertainty on draft day?
Oh yeah, I mean with the uncertainty, I knew that was the biggest part of it, so I didn't want to get too high or low. But yeah, I was kind of getting a little antsy toward the end of it, um, but uh, but I was just ecstatic once I got that phone call. So that's all it was, and I was just going throughout the night, just however I was feeling. I was just like, it's an opportunity for me, whenever that is, and I'm gonna just make the most out of it.
Was there a just in case day two draft party
Nah. So I was hopefully because I was trying to save myself the embarrassment if I had to tell the people to come back. So I'm like I was hoping that the 30s would show up, call me. So
planned? Do you prefer Dax or Daxton?
Dax, everyone I know, everyone that knows of me calls me Dax. So
You ran track in high school.
hmm
Obviously, you have pretty good speed. Did the track coach at Michigan recruit you all? Did Harbaugh say no way?
nah, I mean it was kind of like neither one of them said anything, but definitely. I mean I was trying to walk on it for basketball at one point because I was a basketball player growing up. That was like my first love. Um, but that just never happened. So track never happened as well.
Who was the team you rooted for growing up? Football.
I was like I said, I was a basketball guy. I was like a Duke, North Carolina guy. So football wasn't really like a sport I followed growing up. So it was kind of toward the back end of my career.
Who's your favorite
Position did you play
basketball
in
player?
basketball?
Who's
So
your
what?
favorite basketball player?
Um, of all time or now, right now,
All time.
Michael Jordan for sure.
Who
The
you on
goat.
right now?
Kevin Durant.
What
Okay.
position did you play?
I was a point guard slash shooting guard, so I had a shot I could facilitate a little bit as well.
1-2 guy.
1-2.
What's the last 12 to 15 hours been? I mean, suddenly you're here in Cincinnati. What's the last 12
Man, I'm like sleep deprived right now. It's like I'm running on fumes. I don't feel like I'm here right now, but I'm glad to be here. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind. Like I said, I was just in Vegas and really just coming back home, just seeing my family and my girl. She traveled with me as well, so that was a good experience. Just going through all that and once in a lifetime experience. So I was grateful for it.
Did you sleep at all?
I got like 2 hours of sleep. So after the party had ended, once I got drafted, I was talking to people for like 2 more hours after that. So it was a whole night, yeah, for sure.
You were academic all Big Ten, so obviously that meant a lot to you. What's your major?
So I was trying to get into business school and I didn't get into it. And then I was a communications major, then switched to African American studies with a minor entrepreneurship. So that was my major and a minor.
Go back to what you said about Michael Jordan, but 23, the number didn't mean anything to you other than
That was the reason why I got it. Yeah. 30 Bates got it, so I'm like, I let him have it. But 23, that was like the best number. I feel like I could see myself playing it.
were you in Vegas just as a getaway, or did you see the Raiders, or why were you?
It was a players event, the NFL PA event. So they invited 35 guys there, and so I was there with those guys and my girlfriend. So I was there just see the city, and that was my first time actually being in the city. So it was a good experience. So I wanted to get away for a little bit as well.
Michigan is a Jordan school. Did that matter when you were being recruited at all?
Nah, it was really the feel. It was the feel I have, the coaches, and I could see myself playing there. So that was like the main reason. Mhm.
Dax, this defense is very close knit this year. Obviously, had a great season, but talk
Mhm.
about Aiden, just how happy
Oh,
you
yeah.
were for him, and just each other about this moment you had last night.
Oh yeah, I mean, actually, I was in contact with him this morning. But I was really excited to see him. Really just being in his hometown because he's from Plymouth, so not too far from Detroit. So really, I'm glad that I mean, this is the season he had, and then the career he had at Michigan. I'm glad it all turned out well for him, and you know, to share that moment with him. Being the first rounders, and really just the entire Michigan brand was displayed yesterday, and what Michigan can produce. So for sure.